Let's talk about some counterintuitive ways to save money if you got low income. You've heard the same advice over and over again. Cut back on going out, cancel all your subscriptions, and save more money. What if I told you that there was a way to save money without making all these sacrifices? So I'm Derek West, you're watching Finance Squared, and welcome to my video. I'm going to talk about how to save money if you don't have a lot of disposable income in uncommon ways. So let me show you the exact ways that you can take control of your finances and start saving your hard-earned cash. Starting with the most counterintuitive way to save money, and that is by not saving. So yeah, I'm talking about skipping saving. You're probably really confused, and the temptation to click out of this video is so strong. But like I'm going to talk about further in the video, exercise some discipline and continue watching. There's a method to this madness. To understand what I mean, we have to define some terms. Saving money can mean different things to different people. You're saving money whenever you go to the grocery store and instead of buying name brand items, you instead reach for the generic item. You're also saving money when you take a portion of your paycheck and you put it in an actual savings account. But in many people's minds, doing the exact same thing, but instead of putting that money into a savings account, you put it into a brokerage account, an account that you then use to buy treasury or corporate bonds that will pay you anywhere from 2 to 5% yield per the term. Well, this isn't considered quote unquote saving. The same thing with buying an investment instrument like an ETF, an index fund, a REIT, etc. In most people's minds, that is investing. Why the difference in terminology? Well, saving is considered a safe way to build wealth, whereas investing is considered risky. You see, the stock market goes up and the stock market goes down. The bond market goes up and the bond market goes down. Ask Silicon Valley about their roller coaster ride over the last 10 or 12 months. But if you put money into a savings account, it'll sit there, particularly with SDIC insurance, as long as you're below the threshold that they establish. Again, ask the fine folks at Silicon Valley Bank. So a lot of smart people, they'll tell you to save your money if you want to safely grow your wealth. In my mind, that's a losing proposition, however. Why? Everyone's favorite economic phenomenon. And of course, I'm talking about inflation. Now, inflation has been coming back down over the last couple of months thanks to everyone's favorite Fed chairman. No, not Ben Bernanke, but Jerome Powell. So the loss of money due to inflation of just letting your money sit into a bank account is quite a bit less, but it's still there. And I know what you're thinking. Why don't I just put my money into everyone's favorite savings account? High yield savings accounts, of course. Don't they have nice high rates? Well, you see, high yield savings accounts typically only have high yields when inflation is high. As inflation is coming down, expect those yields on those high yield savings accounts to come down also, even if they were to stay up there and inflation was still running high. The truth is, you're really not netting the money that you think you are with high yield savings accounts. You see, when inflation is high, let's say 13%, and a high yield savings account is also high, let's say 8%, you're losing 4% of value in your savings. When inflation is low and yields on high yield savings accounts are also low, 3 to 4% or something around that, you're actually garnishing a small profit of about 1% on your savings compared to inflation. Now, each bank is different, and so are the savings plans. So you have to evaluate every one of them one by one, or find some comparison website out there, but don't necessarily dive into a high yield savings account simply because the rate is high. Look at the rate of inflation and compare it with the yield. See if you'll be any better off with a new savings account. What's another uncommon way to save money if you got low income? Do not eliminate your guilty pleasure. This one is pretty controversial also. Are you telling me that to save money, I should not cut out all of my vices? Yeah, that is something that I'm telling you. There are some folks on this platform, YouTube that is, that have made a lot of hay out of telling people to not enjoy their Starbucks and avocado toast. Well, if you shouldn't cut them out, then what should you do? Instead of cutting out, what you should be doing is prioritizing. The difference is subtle, but it is key. And it helps you to win the psychological battle and to grow your discipline, which is where most people are weak when it comes to finance. Keep in mind that there are 3 things that separate high achievers from average folks and low achievers. Those 3 things are focus, prioritization, and consistency. Those 3 things build on each other and help to drive real results in any human endeavor. And saving money and building wealth is no different. When you prioritize your needs first, what you're doing is you're declaring that I do like my guilty pleasures. I'm just going to purchase things in my priority list first, and if I have room for them in my budget, then I'll purchase them as well. Creating a budget is an intuitive way to save money, which is slightly off topic, so I'll only briefly go over how this plays a role. When you set a budget, you're declaring to the universe your intention, and more than that, you're stating your plan to be wealthy. And when you execute on your plan by only purchasing the things within your budget, you're setting in motion, firing up the flywheel, the things that you need to succeed at wealth creation. An important point that is missed, quite a bit, is that you're not saying that you're eliminating your guilty pleasures, Starbucks, avocado toast, etc. It's just that you have these other things that are more important to you that you're gonna buy first. And when the time comes, you'll buy those things as well. For example, instead of having Starbucks every day, maybe you could pencil it in once a week into your budget. Maybe as a reward for saving $1,000 for a particular period of time, you partake in a treat for yourself by going to your favorite restaurant or going to see a movie or breaking the bank in some way. Bonus points if you pencil in your guilty pleasure as part of your budget, rewarding yourself on certain occasions when you hit your goals. Another uncommon way to save if you get low income. Buy your groceries online instead of going to the grocery store. Again, slightly controversial, but nevertheless, CounterIntuitive. Isn't purchasing my groceries online more expensive than going directly to the grocery store? Yes, it is. But this is why this is counterintuitive. A lot of people are not taking into account, however, the impulse buys at the checkout, gasoline to get to and from the store. All those are not taken into the financial equation. Imagine with me for a second that instead of spending 2 hours price comparing apples and oranges at your local grocery, you instead place an order on your favorite app. Just pick up the list of things that you want and need. What could you do with those 2 hours? Well, first things first, watch more great content from this channel. Like and subscribe. But you could be upskilling yourself in other ways as well. You could be taking an online course to get certified, getting certified in the field of your choice to earn more money. You could be spending that time doing product research for your next big product launch via Amazon FBA or Shopify. You could be learning about the latest and greatest trading techniques for stocks, options, forex, commodities, crypto, and so much more. So when the market's open, you're prepared to take action on the instrument that's caught your eye. You could be meeting up with your mentor or coach, talking about your next big move, or dissecting and learning from a mistake that you just made. You could be driving Uber. It could be anything to earn extra money. One thing a lot of people overlook is that the rarest and most valuable commodity is time. It's the first excuse that people make when they talk about why they didn't achieve their goals. Today, this week, or this year, I simply didn't have time. But you had time to go to the grocery store, right? I say spend a little bit extra and save the time for more important pursuits. Bonus points if you're doing your online grocery shopping via Costco or Sam Club and buying in bulk instead of minor items one at a time. Bonus point number 2, you shouldn't be using that time that you saved to goof off. If you're gonna use the time to goof off, forget this point and simply go to the grocery store the old-fashioned way. Do credit card hack. An intuitive technique to save money if you have low income is to cut up all your credit cards and use cash and debit cards. Cash and debit cards have 0 interest rate charges associated with them. So if you avoid using credit at all, then you'll be saving tons of money on interest, right? In the strictest sense, that's correct. But it also misses an important point. If you use credit correctly, you can actually save money and get awesome perks, including more money. If you get an entry-level, low or no-fee cashback rewards card, for example, and you pay for your known recurring expenses using this card, things like gas, gym memberships, groceries that you're buying online using your favorite app, meals at restaurants that you're rewarding yourself with as part of your budget. And this point is key. You pay the balance in full every time. Then you'll have no interest charges as well. But in this scenario, you also have sweet perks like cashback rewards. And of course, with other credit cards, you get airline miles and other perks. And if you're interested in learning about a sweet credit card hack that very few people talk about, take a look at the video on your screen right now. And remember, a goal without a plan is a wish. And a goal with a plan and no action is a wish list. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.